kick it off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Oregon's offense will go on the attack first. And it was a collection of highlight reel plays time after time last week. He'd love to do that again, David.
Oh, there's no doubt. He showed you he's capable. He showed you the big play ability, and he can make those big plays for this offense. And I think the offense is going to continue to look for him. Like, he is that guy outside that they can trust. Interesting to see, Jesse, the wrinkles off of the way they used him, and if he's going to continue to be the focal point of this offense.
I think he should continue to be the focal point, but I do think they have to move him around. You got to show some different looks, some different formations, get him in motion, stack releases, find him some access, because there's no doubt this guy can run routes, he can catch the football, he's dangerous after he has the football. So let's see some added wrinkles in what this offense and how they take the next step based on what he did last time.
Got room to work. There he goes. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Caught behind the line. It's Johnson. Guys, let's chat for a moment about Oregon. A big-name running back, always a great get in the recruiting world. 4-star running back they got last week. Seems as if he'll fit in nicely here.
Oh, he's going to be a great fit. I mean, when you get a great player like that, the whole fan base gets jacked up. You see it all over social media, and it starts to build some momentum in your recruiting class.
This senior showed some serious arm strength, firing that one in for the first down.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that name? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
Finds his tight end. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
And after that touchdown, you can barely hear yourself think. Autzen Stadium, one of the most special places in all of college football, and easily one of the loudest stadiums, is now going off. We've all called games here before. We love coming to Eugene. This place is magic. It's because of these fans.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense has the ball for the first time. And they are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback and this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful, they wreck games. They individually take over because of their greatness. It's focal point 1, 2, and 3, Jesse.
They're physical and athletic, and that's the thing that's so dynamic about this position group, right? They stop the run, they get after your quarterback. Tremendous challenge for this offensive line to try and match that physicality. We'll see if they can get it done.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Caught in the backfield, it's Davis. After 40, there he goes. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls and fires it complete to the right.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
They'll give it to the back. Oh, he's got some space. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
They'll give it to him again. Got a little space. They'll get it all the way to the 13-yard line before he's forced out of bounds.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Unleashes to the end zone. Fires the pass, intercepted. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were not.
And how about that linebacker? Seeing the ball getting thrown really quickly to the wide receiver, breaking on it, and then being able to get that fast guy on the ground for no gain. That's a really athletic play by that linebacker.
They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And on that run, he shows you his speed, speed, speed. When I think Oregon Duck running backs, LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, Jonathan Stewart, I think about guys that are burners, and when they got into the second level, they were gone. That's exactly what this guy is right now.
QBs and wide receivers spend all offseason together throwing the football in air. I mean, really developing that chemistry and timing. Understanding, I get man coverage, I'm throwing this to you right now.
The RPO, it's complete. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
In offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Moore to the air. Tight end finds a soft spot. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Looking down the middle. Got him downfield. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Now on the move. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move.
Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll go to the ground. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. And the Ducks really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They've got it. The 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, the offense goes toss play, but guys, they do it running into the boundary where there's just not a lot of space and room to work for the running back. He had nowhere to go, and he got tackled for a loss.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Grab behind the line. It's Hunt. Breaks into the open. Grabs a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Touchdown, Ducks! A great catch and run for 6. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
You run these screenplays, you're trying to get your playmaker the ball in space, and what a great job. They get it to the running back, but look at the blocks out in front. Everybody paving the way, creating some space, and then he's got so much speed, he can take care of the rest. Really, really nice screen pass.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. Motion from the wideout. The receiver on the jet sweep. On the move at the 30. Oh, a lot of space. Inside the 30. 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And maybe that's the spark this offense has been looking for. They've been searching for. They haven't kind of got anything together. They run the jet sweep. Playmaker gets the ball in his hands on the perimeter, scores the touchdown. Maybe this jumpstarts this offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Hunt. And the returner will be brought down. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Moore will throw. Gets it out quickly. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Sends it back in motion. To the air on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Soft spot in the middle. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Hunt.
Defense has their hands full with this one. I know he's not the biggest guy playing the running back position right now, but they know he's going to be catching it too, and they're going to have to bring this guy down in space. In the passing game, they better make sure they get a lot of hats to the football. They've got their hands full.
He'll pitch it. Oh, and a move. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31.
And we've already seen this QB have success throwing the football down the field. How about the variety to his game? Now you run the option, you make the right read, get it to your pitch man where he can get upfield, get some extra yards. He's in the zone right now.
And the Ducks in the hurry up. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And as he throws, incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. The Ducks are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And after the explosive run, giving this offense a little bolt of energy, he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this 1st half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
Man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the 1st half.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. Makes the grab. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. To the air, it's Sayin. Quick strike complete. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Shakes off the defender. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. And the Buckeyes decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Let's see what he can do with it. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This has been an impressive 1st half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
Why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute throwing and running the football, David.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop down right now before the half? They can create some momentum on their side by getting a stop before the half.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Caught over the middle. It's Lawson. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a 1st down here late in the half. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. Just missed on the connection. Incomplete.
and you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries, you got to get pressures, and when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
Oh, he wants it all. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
He's not afraid to go deep. Touchdown Ducks! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
I gotta tell you,
They've reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record, No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Michigan's offense will go to work first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
Man, it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How you're going to finish strong throughout the season. At the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Underwood. Finds a spot in the middle. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The Wolverines will punt it away on 4th down. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets it out of the air for the first time today and didn't see much of him that loss a week ago. Called on just once. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. So the Oregon Ducks offense will get the ball for the first time. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it was
turning it on. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Finds his man, it's Lawson. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Now the pitch. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. They'll fit right in.
It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Rides to back and leaves it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, coming into this one, the offense knew a big key was going to be getting the ground game established. They haven't been able to do that yet. They punted on their opening drive, and they have a negative play here on the first play of their second drive.
They'll keep it on the ground. Shows him the stiff arm. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Underwood. He lobs one high down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Wolverines will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt, looking for daylight. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. From the gun, the running back looking for room.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The short hands, it's Lawson. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And in this offense, you know as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Keeps it going. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. When you have the type of defensive lineman that Michigan has had over the years, you don't always have to send the house to get to the quarterback.
No, it's a beautiful thing when you're a defensive coordinator, when you got big, strong studs like this. Year after year, Michigan always has a stable full of them, of guys that are athletic enough to...
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong that they can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. A strike downfield. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Off the RPO, complete. Finds a crease at the 20. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Caught in the backfield, it's Russell. Headed to the end zone. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. And the Ducks didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding creases.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon.
Number 1 in the end zone.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Illinois is ahead right now, but the school that produced the likes of Dick Butkus and Red Grange has some work to do before this is over. They're up by a field goal over UCLA. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Gives it on the option. Runs through the tackle. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the throw.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
In these situations, 3rd and eternity, I know exactly what to do. I'm putting more DBs on the field. I know it's a pass, my best pass defenses, and then I turn my pass rushers loose. Go get that QB.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Bunch formation for these receivers. Quarterback making adjustments. Moore to the air. Fires to the tight end. Open space at the 25. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws toward the end zone. And Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
You got to be sharp in the red zone. You can't turn the football over in the red zone. You got to be crisp. You got to be on time. You can tell the QB wasn't on time. The defender made him pay. Nice interception. Stealing points now off the board.
They go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They give it to him again. Quick spin on the run. Finds a little bit of space. Gets 3 to the 22.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn. And they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Wolverines will call on their punt team. Looks it in at the 40. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Moore will throw. Quickly complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. All right, guys, let's think big picture for Oregon. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David,
underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Offense in a bunch formation. Wants to adjust the pattern. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
There is nowhere to go. He has stopped, and it'll be 4th down from the 23.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
Oregon 14, Michigan 0.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Got the quick pass. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on 2nd down. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Fighting off the defender. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line. Wants to throw on third down. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Wolverines send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time it's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Offense changing the play. They'll move the tight end. Under fire. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. The Ducks racing to the line in the hurry up. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Moving out of the pocket. On the move to the right, looking for a big one. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time. And the offense...
Touchdown, Oregon! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
It was a really nice job on the route concept because they got the safety occupied, which opened up the deep middle of the field for the receiver on the post. He uses his speed. Nice job by the quarterback, putting it out in front of him. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. He leaves it with his back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Ann Arbor. And this offense has been the story through two quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll send the back in motion. Moore to the air. Swings it out to the flat. There he goes. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Pass completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Wants to go up top on first down. Hauls it in. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to fire. Gets it out fast. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
By the receiver. He's brought down at the 45-yard line.
And the Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. On the run, it's Russell. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill, and I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going, and as a result, he's going backwards. That's a big TFL for the defense.
Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Reads it, fires complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. 2nd down coming up. They'll move the wide receiver. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Creates a little space. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Now on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on 3rd.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Moore will throw. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The Ducks started this drive back up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Morgan. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. And a really nice setup here to take a shot if they want. 3 receivers to the right. Trying play action. Caught near the sticks. It's Cleescore. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking for a huge play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Pulls and fires complete to the right. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. Now facing a 3rd and long. The give to the tailback. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to... I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty...
it.